Morning. So today we are going to look at the Annihilation tree of the Void Gauntlet. The Void Gauntlet is now available on the public test realm, so we've got the opportunity to have a look at it and see what it can do, give you a bit of a demo and a bit of gameplay showing how it all works. I'm going to go through all the Annihilation tree abilities and I'm going to show some gameplay of this bad boy in use. So before we begin, I'd like to invite you to hit that subscribe button, because subscribing means that you'll stay up to date with all the latest news, tips, tricks and guides for New World. Now if you don't want to subscribe, that's totally cool. Just hit that like button instead, and then YouTube will push you my content when it feels it's totally appropriate for you, so you won't get any unnecessary spam of videos that you're not interested in. Okay, so let's get started. So the Void Gauntlet is actually a lot of fun to play, and it balances health and mana together. So you're using your mana to use your abilities, and then you can like leech your own health to replace the mana, and it's a really interesting balance mechanic, as you'll see in the gameplay in a few moments time after I've gone through the different abilities. So to begin with, we have the Void Blade. So summon a blade of void energy that converts your basic attacks to melee. Tap basic attack to perform a quick slash that deals 100% weapon damage, or hold to perform a thrust attack that deals 150% weapon damage. Both attacks inflict disintegrate on successful hits, dealing 5% weapon damage per second and reducing damage absorption by 5% for 8 seconds. This stacks up to 3 times with a 15-second duration, and it does cost 20 mana. We next have Fortified Blade. So gain Fortify on start, increasing damage absorption by 20% for 5 seconds. Then it goes on to Vicious Void, which is 10% critical damage on Void Blade attacks. And the last upgrade for this particular ability is Leeching Blade. So successful thrust attacks heal self for 5% of the weapon damage per disintegrate attack on target, scales exclusively with focus. Exclusively. The next ability we have is Oblivion. Summon a circular rift of void energy at your feet that deals 30% weapon damage per second to enemies and grants empower to self and friendlies, increasing damage by 20%, 5 meter radius, 6 second duration, and it costs 30 mana. The first upgrade for this is Withering Oblivion. Your attacks inflict weaken to targets inside the radius, reducing the damage by 5% per 5 seconds per hit. Stacks up to 3 times. And the other upgrade to this is Invigorating Oblivion. Plus 15 stamina per second for self and friendlies while inside the radius. And now the final ability, Petrifying Scream. Unleash a void-infused scream, dealing 100% weapon damage, staggering and inflicting root to enemies 5 meters in front of you. Disables enemy movement for 2 seconds. The first upgrade is Bone Chilling Voice. Root duration increased by 1 second on targets below 50% health. And the last upgrade on this one is Fortifying Echoes. Gain Fortify for each enemy hit, increasing damage absorption by 10% for 10 seconds per hit, stacked up to 3 times. So the ultimate of this tree is the Voidcaller. So on successful ability hit, gain a stack of Void Essence. At 6 stacks, consume all stacks and gain a 3 meter aura that heals self and friendlies for 30% weapon damage and deals 30% weapon damage per second to enemies within. Healing scales exclusively with focus, 5 second duration and 20 second cooldown. Now let's have a quick look at the passives. So we have Forsaken Pact, which is 10% damage while below 50% mana. We have Keen Confidence, which is 10% critical chance when above 50% health. Refreshing Precision, which is 10% cooldown reduction on all abilities on critical hit. Empowering Proximity. Gaining power when casting abilities within 5 meters of an enemy, increasing damage by 10% for 5 seconds and stacked up to 3 times. Keen Humility, plus 10% critical chance while all abilities are on cooldown. Efficient Harvest. Harvest Essence health drain is reduced by 50% while below 25% mana. Leeching Agony, on critical hit, gain health equal to 15% of the damage done. And Refreshing Frailty, 5% cooldown reduction on all abilities when successfully hitting enemies affected by 3 or more debuff stacks, which can be from different debuffs. So this weapon scales off primarily intelligence, and the secondary is focus. So you can combine this finally with like a life staff. So it's pretty cool to have a viable alternate weapon to the life staff without having to use a gem to convert damage types. So that's pretty cool. So what are your thoughts about the Void Staff so far? Let me know in the comments. And now we're just gonna have a look at some sort of general gameplay. We went into an expedition, started killing some mobs just to get a feel as to how the gameplay plays out. So I'm just going to let this video run on for a few minutes just so you can get like a vibe as to how the gameplay looks like. So I will catch you in the next one. Hey, have a great day.